All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now Ryan on second down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Let's go.
Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. On 3rd down, Ryan eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Emerson Griffin. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
They'll roll him out right. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Second down, Cousins. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
They convert on third with a gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, pulled down right off.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Let's go.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Ben Gideon in on the stop. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. Freeman again. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And no move by Dan Quinn to get the offense off the field. They're staying out there, and they're going for it on 4th.
21. Let's
go. They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Let's go.
Cousins now on 2nd down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. A first down throw for Cousins. He'll buy some time right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On 3rd down, Cousins. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. And Forbath will put this one through, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Let's go. Let's go.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
Let's go. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Ryan on the screen. This is Coleman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation. Situation here on 4th and a yard. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
Hey. 4 down. Mike 5-4.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are in for 6. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Let's go.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 48. And Bryant's kick is good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
First throw off the bench for the veteran Shaw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Throwing, Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Brooks Reed with a tackle.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On play action, Cousins rolling to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tack McKinley in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And that is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Get up!
Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field and not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Cousins on 1st down. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Cousins now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Cousins, and it's incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner. And usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Now Cousins. And he comes back with one complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now the pitch to Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Get up!
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Hey, express!
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
11.
Now Ryan. And that is incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Tack McKinley getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Cousins. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
This is taken at about the 14. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines.
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Let's go.
Following the interception, Cousins. The left side caught by Diggs. The 40, the 30, and he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. A big play there on the catch and run, 75 yards.
Here we go. Rhino!
A give, this is Cook, and he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They run it again with Cook. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
Atlanta now coming out on the field. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
One last shot for Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you